In our hyper-connected world where notifications vie for our attention and deadlines loom large, taking a step back to truly understand the fundamentals of human existence might seem like a luxury. But what if these fundamentals held the key to navigating our complex modern lives more effectively? What if they could provide a roadmap to inner peace in an age of constant chaos? That's precisely what the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism offer. It's not just a theoretical exercise. These truths, as ancient as they are, resonate with profound relevance in our contemporary context. But before we delve into these truths, let's address a common apprehension. This isn't a religious discourse. We're not here to proselytize or convert. Rather, we aim to explore a philosophical framework that has guided millions toward tranquility and clarity of mind for over 25 centuries. A framework that, irrespective of one's religious beliefs, offers potent insights into the human condition. The first noble truth. Life is suffering. Let's begin with a stark reality check. Life is, in fact, suffering. But here's the caveat. It's not just about the obvious aches and pains. The Buddha, when he spoke of this truth, wasn't solely referring to physical distress. He was addressing a broader spectrum of human experiences. It's the constant itch of dissatisfaction, the subtle discontent that whispers even when everything appears outwardly fine. This existential unease is what Buddhists refer to as dukkha. However, dukkha isn't merely a passive experience. It's dynamic, ever-changing. It dances at the edges of our lives, manifesting in subtle and not-so-subtle ways. Consider the relentless pace of our modern lives. We're constantly bombarded with stimuli. Our inboxes pile up, deadlines loom, and the pressure to perform is palpable. At such times, stress becomes our unwelcome companion. Then there's the realm of interpersonal relationships, the complexities of love, the heartbreaks of loss, the challenges of maintaining connections in a fast-paced world. Each of these adds its own layer to the tapestry of human suffering. But even in moments of elation, of achievement or joy, there's often an undercurrent of fear, a realization that these highs are impermanent, that they will eventually fade. This pervasive awareness of life's impermanence, the Buddhists say, is the source of much of our suffering. It's the yearning for permanence in a world that's inherently transient. The second noble truth. The origin of suffering. Having acknowledged the reality of suffering, the next logical step is to understand its root cause. And according to the second noble truth, the origin of suffering lies in craving. This craving, in Buddhist philosophy, is not merely a desire for material possessions or superficial pleasures. It's a deep-seated longing, a thirst that arises from our attachment to specific outcomes, experiences, or even states of being. In our modern context, craving often manifests in several distinct forms. Craving for sensory gratification, the incessant desire for the latest technological marvels, the newest fashion trends, or the most exotic travel destinations. We live in an age where immediacy is prized. Thanks to online platforms, we can sample a multitude of experiences with just a few clicks, fostering a craving for instant pleasure. It's craving for existence and becoming. In a society that idolizes achievement, we're often caught in a frenzy of striving. Whether it's climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating material wealth, or amassing social media followers, the craving for recognition and advancement is ever present. This leads to a relentless pursuit of external markers of success, a craving that stems from our deep-rooted desire for identity and self-worth. Craving for non-existence or annihilation. Faced with the complexities and pressures of modern life, many seek solace in escapism. Whether it's through excessive consumption of entertainment, substance abuse, or the avoidance of responsibilities, there's a tendency to shy away from confronting the realities of existence. This craving for oblivion often arises from a fear of the present moment. The third noble truth, the possibility of release. As we delve deeper into the Buddhist philosophy of the Four Noble Truths, we encounter the third truth, which offers a beacon of hope amidst the complexities of human existence. This truth, often referred to as nirvana, declares that suffering, in essence, can cease. It suggests that the craving-filled existence we find ourselves in is not our final destination. Instead, it's merely a phase that can be transcended. This might sound like a utopian ideal, but for countless individuals who have walked the Buddhist path, it's a lived reality. They've managed to quell the ceaseless churn of craving and thereby found a deep and abiding peace. Now, achieving this state of nirvana isn't about suppressing emotions or adopting a stoic indifference. It's about liberating oneself from the clutches of craving. It's about recognizing that the key to enduring peace lies in detaching from the relentless pursuit of external desires and outcomes. When we learn to do this, we open ourselves up to a world where contentment replaces craving, and where inner turmoil gives way to a serene acceptance of the present moment. The fourth noble truth: the path forward with the knowledge that suffering can cease. A natural question arises: how does one tread this path? And it's this question that the fourth noble truth, also known as Magga, is designed to answer. According to the Buddha, the path to the cessation of suffering is embodied in the Noble Eightfold Path, often referred to as the middle path. This path isn't a collection of arbitrary rules. It's a set of 8 practices that collectively guide one toward a state of enlightenment and liberation. To unpack this further, let's break down the Eightfold Path into its 3 interconnected segments: wisdom, right understanding, and right thought; ethical conduct, right speech, right action, and right livelihood; mental discipline, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Each of these 8 practices plays a crucial role in leading us away from the mire of craving and suffering and toward the shores of peace and clarity. For instance, right understanding involves cultivating a deep, clear comprehension of the Four Noble Truths themselves. It's about internalizing the nature of suffering, its causes, its potential cessation, and the path to realizing that cessation. Right. Speech, on the other hand, calls for honesty, kindness, and mindfulness in our interactions with others. It encourages us to be mindful of the impact of our words, promoting harmony rather than discord. Right livelihood similarly emphasizes the importance of our actions, urging us to engage in activities that are not only personally fulfilling, but also contribute positively to the world around us. The Eightfold Path thus provides a comprehensive roadmap, touching upon various facets of our being and conduct, ultimately leading us toward the transformation of our inner and outer experiences. By integrating these practices into our lives, we begin to dismantle the barriers that keep us entangled in the cycles of suffering and craving. We cultivate habits of mind and heart that pave the way for a more peaceful, authentic existence. In conclusion, embracing the timeless wisdom in a modern world as we bring our exploration of the Four Noble Truths to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on their profound implications. In a world that often feels like a whirlwind of activity, these truths offer an anchor. They remind us of the impermanence of our experiences, the futility of clinging to outcomes, and the possibility of finding lasting peace within ourselves. While these truths were enunciated thousands of years ago, their relevance in our modern lives is undeniable. They speak to the universal human experiences of joy, sorrow, attachment, and longing. Moreover, the truths aren't just a means to understand our suffering. They also provide a roadmap to its cessation. The Noble Eightfold Path acts as a practical guide, offering a series of steps that, when followed, lead us toward a state of liberation. It's a path that calls for balance, mindfulness, and a deep sense of compassion, not only toward ourselves, but also toward all living beings. So as you navigate the complexities of your life, may the Four Noble Truths serve as a source of solace, insight, and inspiration. In the words of the Buddha himself, all that we are is the result of what we have been. All that we are going to be is the result of what we do now. The power to choose is in your hands. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery. If you found value in this exploration of the Four Noble Truths, we invite you to dive deeper into our content. And if you're moved to share this wisdom with others, please don't hesitate to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Your engagement helps us continue to spread messages of peace, understanding, and enlightenment. Until next time, may you walk the path of wisdom and compassion.